NFL was fun. It was always one of those games, two of those games where you go, wait, what just happened there? And we had a few of those. Sam Darnold. Yeah. Carolina Panthers. Do you think the Carolina Panthers are like, Sam, what did you do? We won the game. But Sam Darnold's probably going, if we win games, then you can't get a quarterback. Then maybe I got a chance to still be a quarterback in this franchise. Browns over the Bucks. That was surprising. Dolphins roll. Jags over the Ravens. That's one of those signature moments for Trevor Lawrence. And you do that in the final 2 minutes. That was great. By the way, when these coaches go for two, Doug Peterson, Brandon Staley, they're a genius when it works. But when it doesn't work, are they still a genius because they were trying to go for it? Yes, Paulie.
I think there's upside to the try because most football fans like a coach. I like my coach to go for it. I'm doing the tough guy fan voice.
Is that what
I think you get points with your fans for going for it and not playing soft, even though it could be playing smart.
Yeah, but they're geniuses today or yesterday. But would they have been, would we say, man, I love my coach is a genius. He went for two and we lost. Yes, Eden.
Haven't we already been through a cycle of like, this guy's costing us games. We're going to lose. How many games is this guy going to cost us with this stuff?
I don't know if Brandon Staley can continue to do this.
That's not a sustainable.
No. Yes, Todd.
He can't continue to do that because we always say, and you've said it many times, the Chargers always find a way to find the banana peel. So why add to that even more so by putting more at risk in a team that still has hopes to do something this year?
Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
But the Jaguars are in a position, what were they, 3-7 going into the game? They're not playing for anything this year. It's cool, and it gives them their fans. The place was going crazy yesterday.
Aaron Rodgers got hurt. We don't know the extent of that. The question is, with Jordan Love coming in, throwing a touchdown pass, and Matt LaFleur, the Packers head coach, was asked this.
Oblique injuries for guys who have to throw, that's a tough injury. Between that and the thumb, do you think you probably need to shut him down for the rest of the year?
I wouldn't say that. We got to have more conversation before we even get into that. But no, I mean, as long as he's able to go, I expect him to be out there.
Yeah, I would want to ask the question, what would it take to shut Aaron Rodgers down? Because I want him to say, if this happened, I mean, he's got a broken thumb, and now you get a rib injury. At what point do you shut it down because you're not going to be in the playoff race? And you still have to find out if Jordan Love can play. And you probably know he can play or he can't play. I don't think, hey, we put him in there, oh my gosh, this guy can actually play or not play. But if you're the Packers at some point, you probably have to go to Aaron Rodgers and say, we're going to make this decision. Even though front office or the head coach might go, we'd like to shut you down. But Jordan Love came in, but the Eagles with a win look good. Raiders in overtime, Chargers over the Cardinals. How about them Broncos? Let's ride, Todd.
Ooh.
Did you watch the whole game?
I watched everything. I stepped away for a couple of plays when I just started getting really aggravated about their continuing embarrassment. And then arguments on the sideline and Nathaniel Hackett pretending he doesn't see, Purcell yelling at Russell Wilson. It's just getting really bad.
Here's Russell Wilson on his confrontation with a defensive player, Mike Purcell.
He was pissed off. He just said, we have to go, and I agree, So me and him on the same page. There's no animosity there at all. We're on the same page. We got to win. We got to come out here and have some grit to us, some mentality to us. We got to be able to win these football games, and so those guys are out there battling every play. On offense, we got to be able to capitalize. So yeah, no, there's nothing there at all.
It doesn't pass the eyeball test there, because that felt like Mike Purcell's like, dude, we're paying you a ton of money. Can you do something? Have you done anything this year? Yeah, Paul.
Mike Purcell is a career backup defensive tackle. He's not Aaron Donald. He's not even J.J. Watt, who was a first-team All-Pro, yelling it. Yeah. It did not look like a positive, let's go, man, we're counting on you. It looked like, get it together.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me, you guys saw it.
Yeah, it didn't pass the eye test.
No.
A backup defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Where like Russell Wilson was going like, yeah, man, I agree. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
yes.
right. More
hey.
of that.
Hey, teammate.
Let's get out there and do this.
Hey, why don't we ride?
I'll huddle up with my team over here and get them on the same page as you and me.
Yes.
Here's a Subway gift card.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers talked about that he still wants to play even though he's banged up.
Yeah, obviously when you lose games, you're putting yourself farther out there. We got a 5-game stretch. We got to win all 5 and probably need a little bit of help.
If things can, let's say you don't win next week with all the injuries, is there a reason to finish the season out? Or is it time to heal up and take care of stuff?
Yeah, I don't really want to take my mind there, but as long as we're mathematically alive, I'd like to be out there.
All right. And that's a fair answer. What would be the scenario where you would shut it down? That's what I would want to know from him. And maybe he just answered that. Yes, Eaton.
Yeah, what do you make of him saying mathematically? Like he chose to put that word in. As long as we're mathematically still alive, I want to be out there. Which sort of implies that once they're out of playoff contention, like mathematically, then he's just going to shut himself down.
Yes. Well, he needs surgery, I'm going to guess, on that thumb. Usually what happens is if you want to shut somebody down, if they need surgery eventually, then you could sort of use that as the excuse there. And maybe that's what it's going to be. Rodgers talked about getting hit and had a tough time from then on.
And it was in the first half and then got kind of re-aggravated in the third quarter. Just having a hard time breathing and rotating my upper body. So I was worried about a punctured lung as well. So I want to get that checked out.
Yeah, they got to win out here, and they're not going to. Philadelphia dominated them. Dominated. You're running the football. And that's where you wonder, because I thought that defense was going to be elite. And I had the Packers going to the Super Bowl. And I thought, in large part, because they'd run the football and they'd play really good defense. Therefore, you wouldn't ask Rodgers to throw for 50 touchdowns. Well, they haven't really done much of anything well so far this season. And I didn't expect them to beat the Eagles. And I do hope Jalen Hurts is mentioned in the MVP race. Patrick Mahomes is going to win this. Tua deserves to be in there. Because Tua has played exceptionally well. And if you look what happened when he started the season to where he's played, how he's played now, absolutely. And I hope Jalen Hurts is in there as well. Yeah, Paul.
Do you think Mahomes could get the Jordan treatment already in his career where it's like, he is the MVP, let's switch to the best story? Because, of course, he's going to win another. He's Patrick Mahomes. You know, the Hurts story is real popular this year, especially at national TV last night. It seems like, I wonder if there was a vote today. Man, I think it'd be
Mahomes.
Would it be close?
I don't think so, because I've looked at this. Mahomes has 400 more passing yards and 6 more touchdown passes than any other quarterback in the NFL. And we mentioned this, I don't know, a month ago, that we do take him for granted because we're always waiting for the next. Who's the next? Who's the next? And then Mahomes is there. Yeah, he's just doing whatever. He's, doing Mahomesian things. And you saw that yesterday. By the way, I guess, is it the worst case scenario or the best case scenario for the Jets? Because Mike White was unbelievable yesterday. And Zach Wilson didn't even get to put on his uniform. You're a healthy scratch. Ouch. Here's Robert Saleh, the Jets head coach, on Mike White's performance.
He did a great job. He didn't need to be anybody but Mike White. We didn't need to turn into the greatest show on turf. We just wanted him to play within himself and play efficient. I thought he did that.
315 and 3 touchdowns. That was probably a little bit better, but not the greatest show on turf. So, just what he was able to do, and also in the elements.
Especially in the elements, it was he made the easy look easy. I thought he did a really good job with that. So.
Yeah, coach downplaying it. Great follow-up by the reporter. Hello. Have you watched your offense there? That other quarterback, coach? Jets had 466 yards of total offense. Since 2019, they've had 3 games with at least 450 yards of offense. Mike White has been the quarterback for all 3.
Woo! Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
Stat of the day brought to you by Panini, the official trading cards for the Dan Patrick Show. Jets are 7-4, best start since 2010 when they were 9-2. Also, the last time the Jets made the playoffs. Yes, Paulie.
That answer by Robert Saleh, I hadn't heard that till now. That really bothered me. He was like, "Yeah, he played efficient football. He wasn't the greatest show on turf." Why would you do that to Mike White? All he did was go in a
because you can't give him his flowers too much and then go back to Zach Wilson because people are going to go, well, wait, you just said all these nice things.
Zach Wilson didn't have a game this year with a quarterback rating above 100. Not one game. Mike White quarterback rating is 149.3. It's hard to get to that level. And, if you're like an offensive lineman for the Jets, you don't care about Zach Wilson's career.
But is this more about Mike White or more about Zach Wilson? Because Mike White is Mike White. He's going to be there. I mean, it sounds like, one of the characters in the game Clue. And then Mike White, Mr. White. But Zach Wilson, to me, is the story because you drafted him number 2 overall. And you might have a bust. Yes.
But don't all of Robert Saleh's comments immediately reflect on Zach Wilson anyway? I mean, he's talking about Mike White, he played simple, he just stayed within himself, and he made the easy look easy. Like, don't you kind of put all of that on Zach Wilson too and be like, but you can't do that? Or, well, why do you make things so difficult? You know what I'm saying? Like, everything seems to be a comment on Zach Wilson anyway.
Is he saying Zach Wilson needs to have the Mike White playbook where you do the simple things, the small things, don't try to be anybody more than Mike White?
This is the Dak and Cooper Rush situation where Dak, it was a little too difficult, everything and then all of a sudden they brought in Cooper Rush and kept it real simple and it worked real well, and then Dak, you just keep doing what Cooper was doing. Just do that, and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But Dan, you don't even let the dude dress. Stand over there in a hoodie.
I know that was rough. Come on.
Then watch.
I got it. Maybe I don't tape my ankles, but let me wear my uniform.
New
please.
nickname, Healthy Scratch.
You just go stand over there and watch, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's humbling. Oh. That is humbling. Yeah, Paul.
Was he in street clothes on the sidelines, or was he up in a box somewhere?
He was down on the field. I saw him throwing the football.
Oh, man.
He had his Jets hoodie on. Pre-game, he was throwing the football around.
Should have sent him one of those mom shirts to wear on the sidelines.
Ooh, that'd been nice product placement.
Yeah.
Yes, Marv?
Was he putting on his eye black? And Coach Saleh said, no, you don't need that today. Don't even put those on.
Did Jameis Winston put eye black on when he wasn't playing?
I think it was a Florida State game, and Jameis Winston was suspended or injured, and he went down and started warming up in pregame, like in sweats.
Yeah.
Something like that. He's crazy.